Hi, my name is Vidya Bhalodia, and I'm going to share my big data case study in healthcare. The goal is to gain some insight about HCPCS-95920 procedure, which is also INM, from the publicly available Medicare-provided utilization and payment database. Our methods will be to use PIC to mine the database and extract results for 4 questions of interest, then use the P3 library in JavaScript to generate visualization for each of the 4 results that were created by querying. Then we're going to look at it to identify any trends or outliers in the data. Here's our data. You can see there's an awful lot of it, and there's a lot of variables, some of which are of interest to us and some of which are not. Here's a sample PIC script for one of our questions. We load in the data, we filter through, select it, process it, and then store it in several output files. Here's one of the outputs. You can see that we have a beautiful histogram of reimbursements and values, but it's not very easy to visualize a column of numbers. So we're going to send this output to and look at it in D3. In order to do that, though, we first have to add some header rows. It'll make it a lot easier to process in D3. Fortunately, that's easy to do with a single line in Linux. Then we created our sample D3 JavaScript. Again, we're reading in the data. We're going to process it. We're going to extract out the size of our histogram bars and our variables, and then we're going to plot it, and this is our result. So this looks at the average Medicare charges per provider. Then we look at the average Medicare payments per provider. You can see there's a pretty big difference there. The specialists who provide care for 95920 and the number of patients that each type of specialist visualizes. You can see that right here at the bottom. When you mouse over it, the value and the specialty will show up. And then the percentage of Medicare reimbursement for a provider that actually comes from this code, as opposed to all of the other codes that they may be getting paid for. And you can see there's this tiny fraction here where all of their payments are coming from one particular code. In conclusion, data processing and PIC and visualization D3 were a pretty good combination. The only complication was that D3 needs a header row, which PIC can't produce, but there was a very easy workaround for that, so it worked pretty well. Thank you.